grayscale separations can add a totally different and new look to a piece of artwork, or can help add some spice and variety to a preprint line. If you've never tried grayscale separations, I suggest you do. Let's run one here and see how it works. This process usually takes between 15 and 30 seconds, obviously depending upon computer speed and file size. And now it's done. Let's click through the channels and see what we have. The action has generated a white base, cool gray number 10, cool gray number 6, cool gray 3, a normal highlight, a dark highlight to help mute images on press, and the black. Turning them on sequentially, as you can see, it didn't come out too bad, and this should print exactly like this, or maybe even better. Okay, it's worthwhile noting that not all grayscale separations require the use of 3 gray channels, since we always like to cut back inks as much as possible. The darker gray number 10, well, you're probably going to need to keep that. However, the number 6 and the number 3 channel many times can be merged with one another. And let's do that now. Let's turn off the lighter gray number 3 channel, select cool gray 6, and now let's choose Merge Subtract Channel Go from our Actions palette. Make sure blending is set to multiply, opacity at 100%, and let's select the cool gray 3 channel here. Now that has automatically merged with the cool gray 6, and we can see the results by unchecking the preview. Let's click Cancel and try it the other way around. Now let's merge cool gray 6 with the number 3. Now we're going to select the number 6 channel and uncheck and check the preview to see what we got. Now since gray number 3 is lighter than cool gray number 6, this will give our separation a lighter tone, although still quite usable. Let's click Cancel. Now if you've noticed here, our Action button to merge or subtract channel data has turned to red. The reason that happened is that we stopped that action in the middle of a process. If you do this, simply select any one of the pink bars on the Actions palette and click it. And that will reset the action back to its current state. With grayscale separations, it's sometimes helpful to use the darker highlight as opposed to the light highlight. This many times brings out additional detail in the image that might be desirable, so I recommend all to experiment with it. Also, grayscale separations generated using this program are probably ready to go at the end of the action, as opposed to maybe simulated process where a little bit more tweaking may be required to get it up to specification. Probably about the only thing you'll need to do with a grayscale file is a simple curve on the black channel, bringing it up or down, or maybe darkening the white base. One other thing I'd like to note is that at times, not necessarily with this file, but with some, it's preferable, as opposed to printing an actual black, of changing the black to an almost black, a very, very, very dark charcoal gray. At times this gives the image more of a grayscale effect on the shirt. And let's do that here. Let's double-click the black channel, click the color chip, which brings up the picker, and let's move this up a little bit. And as you can see, I'm not really making it gray. It's super dark charcoal. Let's click OK and OK again. Now, contrary to what I just said, this might print a little bit better. Now, you really don't have to worry about changing the color within the color palette. All you really need to do is make your black not an absolute black. Make it an almost black. And these files, could print a little bit better on press and have that slightly more accurate grayscale tone to them. If the artwork requiring color separation is already a grayscale file containing no color information whatsoever, we need to change this file to an RGB format in addition to adding just a little bit of color information to it. The reason for this is that QuikSeps targets certain specific RGB data in order to run. This is very simple to do. Let's go up to Image, Mode, RGB. Our grayscale file is now in RGB format. Now let's go back to the Image command and choose Canvas Size. And let's add a little bit of height to this file and make it 16 inches. I've opened up the color bar target file included with the QuikSeps CD. And we're going to drag this color bar target into our destination image. As you can see, it's very small, and we have it up here in the corner. Looking at our layers, we now have two layers, layer 1 and layer 0. This needs to be corrected. Click layer 0, go to the arrow in the corner, choose Merge Visible. Now we have an RGB file containing only that one layer, layer 0, and we can now run the color separation. Okay, the separation once again is running. And in a few seconds it should be done. Stop. Now let's turn off the shirt color for a moment. And up in the left-hand corner, you'll see that color bar information which has to be deleted. Now there's two ways we can do that. The first way is we can just take our marquee, draw a box over it, shift-click all our channels, and delete. The color bar target is now gone, and we can output the films. Another way is by choosing the crop tool in Photoshop. Let's deselect, and we'll draw a marquee around our piece of artwork. Image, crop. That got us back to our original size and also got rid of that color bar target information in the corner. The separation is now ready for output.